Thank you so much for joining us this morning, Pippa. Just give us an overview of your experience in politics so far.
Following grassroots campaigning and a short spell in the National Health Action Party, I found myself drawn to the Green Party, not only their environmental policies, but also their policies on, for example, education, healthcare, criminal justice system, global relations, housing. So in 2015, I joined the Green Party. In 2017, I stood as a candidate in a by-election in my ward. In 2018, I stood once again in my ward. And in 2019, I was the Mitcham and Morden parliamentary candidate in the general election. So I haven't been an elected representative, but along the way, I have learned an awful lot about my community.
And of your political experiences so far, is there a single thing that you're most proud of, or what's your biggest achievement?
I would say that of the various campaigning activities that I've been involved in, the most effective campaign has been successfully petitioning Merton Council to declare a climate emergency and review its carbon reduction plans for the borough in order to help to keep global warming to 1.5 degrees C. In 2018, I read the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change's special report, and I felt compelled to take action at a local level. So the next year, I asked the council at full council meetings if they would declare a climate emergency and make Merton carbon neutral by 2030. So it culminated in July 2019 with the council unanimously passing a cross-party motion to declare a climate emergency and set two targets, 2050 for the borough and 2030 for the council and its services.
Equally, tell us again, looking back at your experience, what's been your biggest learning moment so far? Or if I could say, what's been your biggest failure so far, or learning moment?
I think more in terms of learning. And I would say that, again, I struggle to pinpoint a particular moment of revelation. So it's more about a gradual process of getting to understand this community better, with the aim of helping to improve it. I would say, I also wanted to emphasize that this process of being a London Assembly candidate means that I've gained a deeper insight into the work of the London Assembly, particularly through our two current members, Sian Berry and Caroline Russell. And I see how they try to hold the mayor to account, how they work with others effectively, how diligent and fair and firm they are. And I take inspiration from them. So, sorry, no big failure moments or no big learning moments, but a very intense journey of learning through this, through candidature.
Right, good. And tell us, we will come on at a later interview to talk in substance about the issues in the campaign. But for today, just tell us briefly, why should people vote for you?
Okay, well, I think firstly, it's about voting for the Greens, not just specifically me, because I feel anyway, that we take an approach that's ethical, practical, bold and imaginative, and I think it's right for now. We confront the fact that there is climate breakdown and a biodiversity crisis that amounts to an existential crisis, an ecological disaster. It means that it's got to inform everything that we do, from how we from what we eat to what we wear, to where we live, to where we work, to what we do in our leisure time, to how we move around our communities. And I do think that we are the party that really understands that. And I would say that I have been campaigning on those kinds of issues since I moved back to Morden in 2013. And I would say that I have shown myself to be a listener and a doer.
Tell us an interesting or light-hearted fact about yourself?
When I left secondary school teaching after 13 years, I did so because I was searching a new adventure, and I went to pursue a master's in film and television studies at the University of Bristol, and enjoyed it so much that I went on to complete a doctoral thesis on contemporary British coming-of-age films. One of those fascinating discoveries that I made is that quite often the adolescent figure is drawn as not only this territory to explore the relationship moving between innocence and experience and dependence and independence, but also a symbol of cultural or social or historical conflict. And they can be cast as a symbol of progress or as a threat to progress. But I find it really fascinating the way that they are used as this kind of symbolic concentrate of tensions. And often in the stories of British youth, they tend to not come off so well against the adult system, which I think is something that a lot of people could relate to.
Online at riversideradio.com on your smart speaker.
Play Riverside Radio.
And now on DAB Digital Radio.